For all ACE members this season, we're going to offer our general admission price is $49.95. We're going to offer a $19.95 two-day ticket for all ACE members. We're excited about that. It's going to include free soft drinks all day. See you guys down there. Now Mike's going to come up, and at the end, we'll both be up here answering some questions you might have, and I'm going to probably ask Mark Bruner over there to give us a hand. He's our expert. All right, thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I am Mike Moore. Thank you, Rob, for buttering them up with good prices, so they'll maybe pay attention more. Unlike most of the presenters, I don't have a good enough joke to kick off the presentation, so I'm just going to jump right into it. We are excited to be out here again. This is our second year coming to No Coaster to discuss Kentucky Kingdom, talk about how our first 3 years of operations went, and talk about the plans for the future. So I'm going to, well, we skipped that, but hey, it's on Mike, that's Rob. We're going to go right into a short video that kind of is going to sum up the points I'm going to talk about, so we'll get right to that.
Or big thrills, or even bigger thrills, Kentucky Kingdom at Hurricane Bay has something for the whole family. After 3 successful years of operation and the completion of our 3-year expansion plan, attendance has risen to 800,000, and Kentucky Kingdom is on a roll. We've added tons of new marquee attractions like Lightning Run, Deep Water Dive, Storm Chaser, Cyclone, Skycatcher, and more. We've also refurbished rides like Thunder Run and T3, bringing us to a total of over 70 rides and attractions. And now it's time for round 2, a second 3-year development plan that we're kicking off in 2017. So, what's new this season? Thunder Run, our classic Woody, is receiving a new train and track modifications that will give our coaster enthusiasts a smoother and faster ride. We're also adding 2 new children's rides that Mom and Dad can ride too. And we're adding more shade structures, additional lockers, more tables, benches, and lounge chairs. And of course, last but not least, meet Eye of the Storm.
Not a coaster.
At Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay, our goals have always been the same: to add new attractions for every age and thrill level, to provide outstanding guest service in a safe and friendly environment, and to offer prices that the average family can afford. Join us for the 2017 season for the small thrills, or the big thrills, or the even bigger thrills. We hope to see you soon.
All right. I'll go into those points a little bit more in depth. So to kick it off, we are bringing Eye of the Storm to Kentucky Kingdom this year. I think a lot of you probably already know it is a Larson Super Loop. I think a couple of the parks put it in last year, but we're really excited about it. And keeping with the storm theme that we, for some reason, have going on, we decided on the Eye of the Storm. There is a particular reason why it's called that. Some of you might already know, but I've got a picture later to illustrate why we decided to name it that. And I'm part of the marketing department, so we were discussing possibly adding this tagline beneath it, pretty much a coaster. We would never be able to get that past you guys, so I said, no, cross it out, we're not doing that. Fun fact, by the way, people are always like, why do you have so many storm-themed rides? I have no idea, but as you can see, we've got Thunder Run, Tornado, Lightning Run, Storm Chaser, and now Eye of the Storm, so there's probably only like 5 combinations left for future rides that are coming in, so you guys are going to start guessing them.
You got Blizzard River.
Oh, Blizzard River, you're right. Gosh, whoever said that you guys know the industry better than like the people working for it. Thank you. Probably won't be the first time you call me up for something. So here's a rendering for you guys. We've already actually started construction, so I was gathering renderings and trying to get color together and stuff to show you guys. Well, they actually started constructing it about a week and a half before the event, so I was able to snap some actual pictures. But specifics for our Super Loop, Eye of the Storm, it is Larson 22-meter giant loop. It has a 2.5 G-force load. It's 72 feet tall. It actually might look a little smaller because we dug out basically a trench to set it down into, so that kind of big base that they have is hidden. Passengers must be 48 inches tall, and the colors, the track is yellow, the train is blue and black, and the station is purple. We were originally going to have it have a black track, but we realized that was a terrible decision, and it looked so pretty nice out in the park with the big yellow loop, so glad we decided to do that. And here's some renderings of the paint job, but it doesn't matter because we have the real thing. There's the cranes topping it off just the other day. Our maintenance guys hard at work. And a close-up of the train. Before we left, they didn't have the second one on, but that's half of it on there. Oh yeah. So, can anybody guess why we named it the Eye of the Storm?
It's round.
We've got storm. Darn it! We're learning how to work this thing. There we go. Yeah, we've got Storm Chaser right through the center of it. So when you're walking along that pathway, you see Eye of the Storm, and then right in there, you're going to see that barrel roll down drop of Storm Chaser. So we thought that was pretty neat. And then there's like the overall park kind of in the background. Give you guys an idea of how it's going to look. And here's our handy dandy map. The location specifically is going to be up there in the northeast corner. It goes here. And we're also opening up some more pathways so that way it's easier to get there from around the park. And doing a lot of pathway work this year. We've seen an influx of guests, and over these past 3 years we've heard enough rumbles of where the new pathways need to be, so that's going to be one of them right over there. So this is also the year of Thunder Run. It's time for it to strike back. Fun fact, this is its 27th birthday, so we got a nice little episode 27 up there. But it is time for us to do some reconstruction, to make some improvements and upgrades and change that track a little bit. Specifically, we're spending $800,000 on improvements and upgrades, and those are going to start actually very soon. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of pictures of construction going on yet, but oh yeah, for our favorite wooden coaster, well, we only have one, so of course it is our favorite. That's true, that is true. So here she is right here. What we're going to be working on is Thunder Run's main hill and back curve are going to be receiving those improvements. That's what you heard in the video. We're trying to get a little bit faster, trying to get it smoother, because over time those wooden coasters do get a little loose. So we're putting some work into the track. And it's going to be that right there. And then that back curve on this top-down photo. So we're also upgrading the brake run, not too exciting, but needs to be done. And last but not least, we're getting a new train for PTC, which we're super excited about. Too bad they couldn't be here today. A little bit about it, but we're excited about that. And construction will be kicking off next week. Should be done in about 6 to 7 weeks, so like always, check our Twitter or Facebook if you guys want to see update photos and stuff like that. I'll probably be taking some as soon as we get back from Chicago. So what else is new around the park? Well, you heard a little bit in the video, we're adding 2 children's rides. We're trying to keep adding to that flat ride collection we have going on, and specifically we want to add family-friendly rides. So those are going to be a little Speedway ride and a Samba Balloons ride. And we're really trying to flesh out the areas of the park that don't have a lot of activity going on, just like how we're putting Eye of the Storm right back there in that kind of open area. We're dropping Speedway right there in a little spot that needs some activity. On the other hand, for balloons, we're almost out of space at King Louie's Playland, but we're like, what the heck, we can fit one more ride in there. So we took out this centerpiece and we're like, drop another ride in there so we have more stuff to do. So filling everything out as we can. And of course, we're adding tons of new shade structures because according to our guests, you can never have enough. Goodness sakes, that sun is hot. And with all these extra guests we're starting to see, we're adding more lockers, more benches, loungers, and chairs, and pathways for that ease of access. Also, we can make our guests happy. Happy guests, happy employees. So, talked a little bit about our expansion plan. So the results of our first expansion plan, we added marquee attractions like Lightning Run, Storm Chaser, refurbished Thunder Run, T3, doubled the size of our water park, and we've seen really positive effects. Matter of fact, I think the stat we've been tossing around is the last operating year of Kentucky Kingdom under its previous owner in 2009, we've now doubled their attendance, and we hope to keep on climbing. So through this next 3-year expansion plan, we're trying to cross that 1 million attendance mark, and I think we're going to be able to do it. So I can't tell you any specifics yet. It just might include something that looks like that. You never know. I can, however, tell you that for sure this spring we are releasing a comprehensive press release that will detail exactly what we're putting in 2018 and 2019 to generate some excitement and buzz and let people know what's going to be going on at Kentucky Kingdom in the future. So stay tuned for sure. We should have some really exciting updates about the next 3 seasons at the park. Oh, and as I wrap up, so we are finishing our first 3 years. We've seen a lot of success. We owe everybody in the coaster community a big thank you for all the things you contributed to. We'd like to support everybody that came out to the park, and it ended up netting Kentucky Kingdom its first ever in history, our first golden tickets. We got that from the Renaissance Garden. More thankful for that. Also for people who voted for Thunder Run off and on throughout its 27-year lifespan. It's, you know, on the top 50 every now and then. And same with Lightning Run, was the top 25 in 2014 and still in the top 50. And of course, for all those people who came out and rode, Storm Chaser talked about it, and we ended up falling just a little bit short, but I mean, still an excellent, excellent ride. And of course, we'd like to thank everybody that came out to the park and has enjoyed it. And for those of you that haven't, you should, obviously. It's we've got some great improvements that's happened to the park. We're going to keep on improving, keep on growing, and we're glad that the people who have came out and enjoyed it. Question, Joe? I'm going to turn it back over to Rob because Rob knows the details more than I do, and if I get a question I don't know, I'll be tempted to make something up. So I'm going to hand it back to him for the most part.
Any questions? In the back.
A question and a comment. The comment is, you also have Hurricane Bay, which is another storm attraction. And the second, and the question is, what genre are you guys going to pick when you run out of weather names?
Good question. Well, give me a minute on that one.
There's a lot of ways.
Yeah. It's just sort of happened, and we kind of liked it, and we're going to go with it for a little while. But I think this maybe this could be the end of the weather theme. I don't know. We'll see.
Hurricane Marty.
Any other questions?
Which company is doing the tracker for Thunder
Oh. Yeah.
The company is part of the same team that helped us with Storm Chaser. It's a division that broke away from Rocky Mountain Construction called Amuse Rides. I think at first they were called Northwestern, but it's Amuse Rides.
You were talking about pathways. You considered another walkway from the front part of the park to the back, because I know that the bridge sometimes gets pretty congested.
Yes, let me actually bring up the map. Click 1,000 times. Go back somehow. There we go. So yeah, we do have our main bridge, and we're definitely aware that that does get congested. So this year we gave it a trial run a couple different times. This year this is going to be a public crosswalk. It started to be towards the end of last year, so that'll be 2 access points, and we are considering adding a 3rd. And one walkway I forgot to mention is they're now opening an entrance to Hurricane Bay from this Thunder Run area, so you'll be able to go right from Thunder Run into the Hurricane Bay without going all the way around. Oh, and something our GM told us to mention, because people are always like, oh, Kentucky Kingdom's so landlocked. And in a way we are, but we do have a lot of space. To the left of Hurricane Bay Beach Club over there, we do have 20 acres, and that is, a lot of people ask, well, where do you expand into? That is the expansion area over there beside Hurricane Bay Beach Club. Any other questions? Yes.
The last time we went to Kentucky Kingdom, we rode T3, and about halfway through, the harnesses were like tightened up. Has that been fixed yet, or planning to fix it?
Yeah, Mark, that might be one for you.
T3's trains are about comeback. As an operator of that ride, I always told the people when they set into it, leave space between your legs and to push out on the restraint.
because the forces that ride, those restraints automatically come down. The mechanism of that train is so specific that any kind of fluctuation in it will shut it down. And then you're sitting in there with those things locked, so the techs can get there and unlock them electronically. So it'll be something that come back would have to fix. But right now, we just tell them how to ride.
I'm so glad we have Mark. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I just want to thank you. For people that didn't go to the event at the convention, you may not have been aware, but this year, Kentucky Kingdom worked with ACE. They were doing a little shop in the park called Little Shop of Screens. It was sort of near Thunder Run, if I'm getting my directions right. I'm only in the park the one time. But there's a whole wall dedicated in that shop to ACE. They asked us, they said, hey, we want to give you some space. What do you want to do? It's like, oh, we'll do something about the park. So no, we want you to do something about ACE. We want you to promote ACE to our people. So we did some nice panels in there. You may have seen pictures of them somewhere, but if you didn't have a chance to visit, please do. The park's looking great. You know, I've been there twice pre-change and now once since. It looks amazing. The deal you guys offered us last year, and you just heard, it's a very similar deal this year. Great. But I just, again, want to thank you very much for allowing us to be in the park like that and helping us partner with you on that. So.
Well, we appreciate it. One point as well, if you guys did have questions about prices, obviously the ACE membership is that $19.95 two-day ticket, free drinks. We offer out-of-state residents a $29.95 two-day ticket that also comes with free drinks, and our season pass price is $59.95. So, if you guys were curious, yes, ma'am.
Is there going to be any time in the summer that you might stay open later, your hours might be longer?
The operation hours have always been kind of talked about. Currently, this year's plan is to stick with what we have been doing, but we do hear a lot from guests like, if only you guys were open later. So it's definitely on our radar and something we're considering for the future, just like a Halloween event. Louisville's a very saturated market when it comes to things to do for Halloween. So when it comes to things like offering extra hours or festivals, fall festivals, stuff like that, we just want to make sure our offering is unique and fresh enough to be able to throw it out there. But those things are definitely things we've been thinking about, know that our guests would appreciate.